Hello, welcome to pro tip number 75, where today I'll be covering Copilot plus Readiness. Now, if you're not familiar yet or not up to speed with Copilot, let me just start by covering that first. Copilot is basically the AI assistant from Microsoft. It comes in different variations. So you have regular Copilot, which is available on pretty much all the modern Windows operating systems. It's like a GPT app, basically. And then on top of that, you have Microsoft 365 Copilot, which embeds some of that information in your Microsoft 365 productivity tools. And Copilot Plus is really like Microsoft's vision or future vision of how they want to integrate AI in the operating system. Now, Copilot Plus is much more than just regular Copilot. For one, it's not a separate app. It's like baked into the operating system, basically. And into the native tools. It will allow you to, for example, do more generative AI stuff in Paint and I'm assuming as well in your Office tools and probably a lot more that I'm missing. But needless to say, this is kind of the future and the future direction that Microsoft wants to head to when it comes to their AI and their operating system. So it is inevitable that these things will show up in your environment, and most likely they already have, whether it's regular Copilot or Copilot Plus. Copilot Plus is a bit newer, has a lot more requirements, but those Copilot Plus devices I'm assuming, will inevitably start showing up in your environment. Now, today we'll be going over a few ways how you can get more visibility on those specific devices, and then we'll dabble into how you can start managing them, but most likely I will make a separate pro tip on the management side of things at a later point in time. As to why, I will make clear later on. But let's start here on the Windows 11 requirements page. So this is the official Microsoft page for the Windows 11 requirements. On that page, you will also find the requirements for Copilot Plus. One thing that they do not mention here is that you will need Windows 11 version 24H2 in order to run Copilot Plus things. I'm assuming they don't mention it because the only devices that are currently able to do Copilot Plus will already have that operating system, I guess, or that version. That's my best guess. Generally speaking, they say you need a device that has a processor, that has a neural processing unit capable of performing 40 or more TOPS, which is their calculation measurement unit for, I guess, AI calculations or just calculations in general that the AI components use. Really, I've looked, I haven't found other CPUs that meet this specific requirement at the moment. I think it's just future-proofing as to why they word it like this. But really, it just comes down to, as they list, these three series of CPUs at the moment. On top of that, you'll need 16 gigabytes of RAM. You need a storage device that is 256 gigabytes of more. That's basically it. Once those features or those requirements are met, it is likely that those Copilot Plus features are enabled. Now, in order to help you find that, there's a few things, as well as with the regular Copilot, I have a few resources that you can use. Now, below that, if you're interested in wanting to know exactly what Copilot Plus gives you, there's a bunch of stuff here that tells you what it does. You can read that on your own time if you're interested in that. But especially when it comes to the management side of things, you'll want to kind of read this through and make sure you understand what those features are, what they do, so that you can also decide what you want to limit, basically. So, into Lansweeper we go. Let's start off with regular Copilot. You can, as you're used to, go to your software overview and just, look for Copilot there. And those will show up. So you can see how many Copilot, how many Microsoft 365 Copilot installations you have. And you'll be able to see, as you're used to, which different versions, which devices are those on, etc. That is one way. Another way would be to create a Copilot specific dashboard. Now, I'm not talking about the current dashboards at time of recording, but new dashboards. Those, if you do not have that button to switch to the new ones, or it's not default already for you by the time that you watch this, you can either click the button. If the button is not there, it will be there soon because we will be releasing this very soon. And I've created a specific Copilot dashboard for myself. Now this shows me the number of assets that have Copilot apps installed, informational, the number of assets that I still need to scan further because they have missing OS information. And then, well, basically everything here is a filter, but I have some different style filters on the left-hand side that have for items that have a lot of information or could have a lot of information. And then kind of the more visual filters in the middle. So if I wanted to, I don't have to just view assets that are active. This is just a filter that I've predefined. So same with the Copilot one, for example. So if I search here for Copilot, see, these are the only two apps at the moment or software that I've enabled as or predefined as a filter. If I wanted to, let's say I only want a specific manufacturer, I can do that. If you haven't seen these new dashboards before, they're fully dynamic. If I just want Windows 11 devices, I can do that. Basically, any of these things are filters. And if I want to see the full, results, I can scroll down and here's my table where I get the full results. I see that I have 3 Copilot apps installed with 2 different versions and then 2 different devices that have a Microsoft 365. Let me just extend that real quick. Oh, there we go. Let me just sort that better. There we go. And 2 Copilot or Microsoft 365 Copilot apps on 2 different devices. Really, these are only 3 unique devices, hence why there's a 3 here and not a 5. 3 separate or unique assets that have Copilot apps installed. Now, shifting for a second away from Copilot, this dashboard is not limited to Copilot if I wanted to. I could simply, it is pre-filtered on those things, but I can very easily just select all of my software. If I just wanted to see all of the Microsoft software, I can deselect all of it, filter for Microsoft, and just select Microsoft. That would give me all of my Microsoft software. I can then save, and I don't want to see it from all of my domains, but I just want to see it for, let's say, this Contoso domain. And I only want it for Dell devices. And now I see I have 2 Dell devices where I have Microsoft software. Here's all the Microsoft software that I have on those 2 Dell devices, and so on. Just a side note to show you that you can do a lot more with these dashboards, but I've pre-filtered it so that if I go away and I come back, that won't be saved. This is my Copilot dashboard, so I want it pre-filtered and looking like this. This will allow you to then start taking a look at, how do you want to manage this? Now, as I mentioned, I'll probably create a separate pro tip at some point about specific management of these Microsoft AI related things. But just to give you, since I've already have the information because I've been looking into it for creating this, I'll just share with what I've found real quick with you anyway. For the Copilot apps, so not the Copilot Plus stuff. There is a policy that you can use with group policy, object, etc. but only for operating systems below basically 23H2 and lower for Windows 11. Starting from 24H2, I believe that policy has been removed, or at least it's deprecated. They now tell you, and what Microsoft recommends is to use App Locker to prevent the apps from being launched. If you don't want them to be installed in the first place, obviously there's other methods to restrict the installation of specific store apps and things like that. So use that method then instead. But that's for the management side of things. Off to Copilot Plus. For that, I published a report. You can also find the report on our report library on our website, obviously. In the report, basically, it's very similar to the Windows 11 requirements report. You have your basic asset information that includes the version, which is an important marker or important data point, because as I mentioned, you will need 24H2 in order to run or hire to be able to use Copilot Plus. Then you will need one of the CPUs that is in that, one of those 3 series of CPUs basically. And then you will need memory, you'll need a drive that is a large enough size, you will need, and once you meet all those checks, then you can assume that Copilot Plus features are enabled. So near the end here, I have the different checks. So there's the operating system check, there's the memory check, there's the disk size check, and then there's the final Copilot check. The only one where we don't have, or where there's no like specific check thing, will be the CPU. That is being checked by this Copilot one, so it is being looked at. But there's not like a separate row for that. But I mean, you can just see whether that CPU is in that series or not. But anyway, you can rely on this last column anyway to say yes or no, basically. In my environment at the moment, or my test environment, I do not have any Copilot capable devices, Copilot Plus capable devices. So nothing for me to worry about, because I don't need to manage those extra features. If you do have devices that meet those requirements, then it's off to the next part, which is how do you manage those different features? Well, Microsoft has released all those features. There are devices that are capable of those features. The management side of things is, I mean, it's available, but it's still a bit lacking. There are no policies available yet, as far as I've been able to find. They are planned to come out at some point. Supposedly for 25H2, but I've tested it and I've installed administrative templates for 25H2, and there were no policies in there for these features. So at the moment, what I've found is there are policies available, but they are in this different version of policies, basically what they call policy CSP. From what I've found, basically policy CSP is kind of like their mobile device management side of things, which you can also use in Intune to manage policies, etc. So this is the way that you currently have to do it. You have these policies at the moment available. And as you can see on the right-hand side, a bunch of different policies that you can use to control a bit what these new AI features do on Copilot Plus. So you can configure whether you want to allow recall or not, which is kind of, I guess, the most controversial feature, the one where like it takes like snapshots of your screen so that you can revisit it or something. To be honest, I haven't tried these features out. I'm not the best as obviously at selling them. I'm not quite sure what this would be useful for. I am very much aware, though, how risky this is to start saving screenshots of or screen grabs of what you've been doing on your computer locally somewhere. Were there to be ever a compromise of that system? That seems like something you don't want to have compromised, like a visual historic record of what you've been doing. Anyway, that's not the point of of this pro tip. I'm not here to trash talk Microsoft. But anyway, these policies are currently available for you to manage and allow you to say like, yes, it's available. Yes, it can be enabled. Yes or no. What does this have to do with, how does this interact with Lansweeper? All of these policies are something that when they're enabled, they will leave a trace somewhere on the local operating system, mainly in the registry. So let me just cheat here real quick. So this will come under, and this will be linked in the blog as well. So if you want the path, go to the blog. This will be under your local machine registry, software, policies, Microsoft, Windows, and then will be a key there called Windows AI. And that Windows AI key will then have all these different things underneath it where you can enable or disable it, etc. That means that given that you're running a hybrid deployment of Lansweeper, you can scan those registry keys, and you can report on those registry keys. You can then create a report that shows you which devices have which policies disabled or enabled, disabled, what their setting is, etc. Again, as I mentioned, this is why I'm not going to go full detail into this, is because I'll likely once the policies are out, maybe once there's a bit more support for this stuff, I will make a new pro tip around this most likely. But that being said, and being covered, the main thing is that at least now with the dashboard, with this report, you'll have a nice overview of exactly which devices are capable of having Copilot Plus, and then at least you know where to start, and you can take a look at managing those specific Copilot Plus features according to whatever your internal AI policy is, whether you allow it, disallow it, whatever it might be. At least you can start managing it now. That'll be it for me. Thank you for watching. Hopefully all this was helpful. Let me know if I missed anything or if you want me to do that follow-up one, and I'll be happy to take a look at that as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.